Hello Blood Bowl fans, so we've had our first week of the Gman League. It's all over, it's all done, and we've already moved on to week 2. In fact, I'm pretty sure some games have already been played in week 2. First thing I'll say, this is not an official breakdown that is handled by the league, not at all. I'm a separate entity. I'm just doing this for my own sake and for the sake of my channel mostly, and also to give you guys a bit of advertising because you've been so kind to host me in your league. So I would recommend watching the Bleeding Hippies video if you want a more comprehensive breakdown than this one, but this is just my own take as one of the people in Division 3, and we're going to have a look at the breakdown of Division 3 based on the way I see it. So like I say, we've had week 1 already, and yes, one of the games in week 2 has already been played. And Bifford is talking for some reason, so sorry, I cannot fix that at the moment, so we're going to have to deal with Bifford and Jim speaking sometimes. So the two buys, of course, were won by the human team, Abhoy Rollingen, and the High Elf team, Bad Bitches 2. Then the team I'm up against next, Mad Rats Fury Road, managed to beat those pretty tough Lizards 3-0, which is kind of scary for me, because obviously they have very high TV against me, and it looks like this coach is really, really capable. So that game is going to be intense, I think is the word to use, but I'm going to give it my all. And I'm going to try and at least remove a few rats. I may have to play a fouling game just to give myself a chance. Of course, we lost 1-0 to Black and Rekka, the Chaos Dwarves, and to be honest, I think that was a pretty good result for our team. We lost pretty much the entire team during the match, but yeah, I'm quite happy to go 1-0 actually in these games. If I'm losing 1-0, it means that I'm actually managing to hold my own for the most part on the pitch. Filbo's Fighting Fist, the Orc team, took on the really strong Chaos team and managed to beat them 2-1. The Undeady Bears, the Undead team, managed to beat the very strong Nord team. And the Nurgle team managed to beat the other Lizard team, and I said this was going to be the one to watch, and it looks like it was a tight affair, though I didn't actually see any game but my own because I don't spend a lot of time in Rebel, to be fair. I spend most of my time in my own league. I've just realised as well, I'm missing the logo for Rebel, so I'm just going to add that very quickly. So sorry for missing that out. Okay, Jim, thanks very much. That's good to know. Oh, you're still going, alright.
Then why should my one be any different?
Okay, well I've got some co-hosts today with Jim and Bob, so please give them a warm welcome. Alright, having a look at the teams themselves then, I don't overly remember the team overall, but let's have a quick look through them. So the Crimson Horns are still the big scary 1600 team value. Oh, I think they've lost a piece. Yeah, it looks like a Beastman has died. Or been fired at least. And they've suddenly got more guard. I think they only had 1 guard piece, now they have 3 guard pieces maybe? 3 more, 4 total, sorry. And maybe this Beastman has picked up the injury as well. I can't remember if he had it. Anyway, it looks like there was quite a lot of. It looks like there were quite a lot of level ups. Let's have a quick look actually. So having a look at the game, the Minotaur got man of the match. That's always good news. The Minotaur leveled up and got guard. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it was a very high SPP game. Wow, look at that. That was a lot of damage, a lot of scoring, a lot of everything. It looks like interesting. Okay. Well, there's the Crimson Horde, and they were facing off against the Orcs, so let's have a quick look at the Orcs as well. The Orcs don't look too different. They've taken 2 beatings. Let's have a quick look. So we've missed next game, and
I know the Bloodweiser CEO, Jim.
missed next game. That's not so bad. And there's maybe 1 more lineman that there wasn't before, but I may be wrong about that. They have a lot of gold though, so they can do something with that before the next matchup, for certain. Okay, and Undeady Bears then. So, their match was against the Lizard team. And I don't think there's anything obviously new here. I will have a quick look though at the match that was played. Oh, sorry, they weren't playing Lizards, they were playing Norse, my mistake. So the Ghoul got man of the match, but it doesn't look like she managed to level up, and a lineman from the Norse team got man of the match. Maybe he did level up actually with 8 SPP. No, because he would have been 16, so no, he hasn't leveled up. Yeah, it's not as... It doesn't look like it's quite as action-packed as the previous game, but 2-0 is always something interesting to watch. I don't know if you can see these games. The coaches can tell you, I guess, because I'm quite new to this league. I don't know you guys so well yet. And the Norse team still looks scary, but it doesn't look like there's any particularly new developments. I may be wrong. You can by all means tell me and tell the rest of the crew, well, in general, or you can comment down below if you really want to. Okay, and Infection Inc., they were facing the big lizard team. This was the game to watch. So let's have a look at this one, because I think this would have been a big one. Wow, 15 armor breaks and a death. So one of the Nurgle team died. I guess a rotter, because I didn't look like any of the positionals were missing. There was some fouling as well, because there was an expulsion, and there was a pass on the lizard team. Well done, Squad of an SV. Well done indeed. I love passing teams. Only 4 armor breaks. It does look like it was pretty much a lizard death fest, but the death was actually on the side of Nurgle, so hard to say. No, actually, not too much SPP on either team. So there's something dead here. We still got all Nurgle warriors. We've still got all Pestigals, so yeah, it must have been a rotter that died, and it looks like 2 more were injured as well during the game. Do we have anything permanent, or is it all just miss next game? Miss next game. And Niggle. Oh no. Oh, 2 actually. Niggle and miss next game. Yeah, that's pretty normal for a rotter. I don't think there's anything new. No, it looks like there were no level ups this match. And they're against Squatford FC, so where are they? They're here. This very high Lisbon team. Haven't had too much time to look at this team because this was the second team. I don't really remember them, but I like the sneaky get skink. That's well, I guess because he's minus armor value and likely to die, you opted to make him a fouler instead. That's fair actually. I quite like that decision. That's not so bad. Though it's not obviously an obvious choice for a skink.
I'm an honorary member, Jim.
Yes, I
Yeah,
saw your
this is a very scary lizard team.
speech at last year's
It doesn't look like there have been any level ups here either,
The
though.
following ride
I think that
is
all the
really
Sauri
quite
were
wonderful.
pretty scary anyway. They definitely all had block, that much I remember. There may be an extra mighty blow. That might be possible. But I think the skinks are all the same, and I think the Croxagore is the same. Anyway, that's a good start for that team. And having a look at Black and Wrecker, my opponent, they had they had quite a festival, I think, breaking up my team. They've actually played their next game as well, I think, because they didn't have 3 Mighty Blow pieces after my game. They did give these 2 Mighty Blow, though, after destroying my Bretonnians. I know that his opponent had a bit of an injury fest as well, so this team is obviously doing quite well with hurting people. So that's something to be really scared of. And they actually lost to the Nords, but they did beat me 1-0. Having a look at this game again very quickly, it is in the video below if you do want. It is in the videos below if you do want to see it. I managed 2 armor breaks and nothing else, and he managed a touchdown and 13 armor breaks. He basically fielded my team almost. It was quite impressive to watch actually. And yeah, just lots of injuries basically, and we also had the touchdown and the man of the match. Okay, and having a quick look at my team then, because I was the opponent. My team in the green, red and white of Wales. We're representing our country and we're doing it well so far, obviously. I actually bought an apothecary off the back of the game because it will help me with keeping the numbers. There's a use for an apothecary that a lot of coaches don't think of. A lot of coaches save it for, you know, your key piece, so when he dies you use it for him. But it has a different function actually. When you go down a piece and you don't want to, use the apothecary. It's better to lose a piece long term than to lose a game because you're a player down. With Bretonnians, I mean, I'm always going to be losing players, but at the very least, do that. Bleeding Hippie made a point of me rearranging the team to confuse him. It wasn't to confuse him. Someone knocked on my door, and I had to cut the video short, and I bought this piece, which I didn't want. So I've left him down here, just to remind myself that I want to fire him eventually. And I did actually fire the blocker who took a minus strength, I think, off the game. He took a minus something, and I didn't like it, so I fired him, and I bought Delmark instead. That's why I have so little money, and I didn't want to go in with 2 loners, if possible. So I didn't. I went in with the 1 loner, and that's basically the idea. Though, when I look back at it, I should have just left Delmark off the pitch. But I was in a rush with it knocking on the door. Okay, and after that, we've got the Atletico Reptiles who played the Rats, yes. This was the other Lizard team, and let's have a look at their game first. Let's do it the other way around, that makes more sense. So the Rats won a 3-0, like I said. Shut up, Jim.
Please see your instruction guide for further details.
I don't know why they're on, I need to turn them back off, that's for certain. I'll do that after this though, that's for certain as well. So, yes, with Frisky hitting level 3, sorry, and Croxagore, sorry, also leveling up from this game. So we got 3 touchdowns from the Rats, 3 armor breaks, and 12 armor breaks and an expulsion, so there was some fouling going on from the Lizards. A tactic I think I'm going to use a little bit, but not too much as well when I'm playing the Rats, just because it gives us a little bit of an edge. It looks like the same piece scored twice, and then the third piece scored the 3rd touchdown, and we've got man of the match and 2 injuries. Or, there wasn't a death, so 2 injuries, yes. So having a look at the team, they've got no injuries. That's good news. The Crocs did level up, and he's been given break tackle. And I think the Skinks are the same, and I think maybe the Saurus are the same as well. Okay, I don't think anything's leveled up yet, because this was man of the match, so... And there's the 2-2. Okay, yeah. So, there's been no changes apart from the break tackle on this team. Maybe they've bought something, but I really can't remember. And their opponent with the Rats, where are they? Where are they? Oops, I've just missed them, obviously. There they are. The Rats aren't actually that high in TV, so maybe I have a slight chance here. And they have 2 linemen out, that doesn't make much of a difference, but it does mean they don't have a bench. Oh, that makes a huge difference, actually. There's no bench for them.
Time for some Blood Bowl.
I think this is actually the time to face them, I think, because they have no reserves. So if I can get a couple out, I actually have a chance of doing something in this game. Okay, well, there was the Gutter Runner that leveled up. I think this one? Yeah, he's been given Sidestep. That's bad news for me. It's pretty hard for me to put these guys down anyway, but with Sidestep and Block on the 2 of them, it's going to be even more difficult. Though I'm gonna have to get my wrestle pieces on these guys, I guess. That's gonna have to be the goal. And the Mighty Blow Storm Vermin might hurt. We're gonna have to get rid of him very quickly, just to give us a chance in the game. And the other Storm Vermin, not too worried about. Yeah, the only piece that's really worrying is this Storm Vermin and the 2 Gutter Runners with Block, because I don't really have a counter for them. So I'm gonna have to play a very positional game and a very boot to Flawed Rat game, I think. Though, of course, the boot to Flawed Rat is risky unless I can afford a bribe. Though I will take a wizard as well. So, if I can afford a wizard, I'm taking a wizard. And I am going to be down quite a lot of TV, so I'm probably going to be able to afford both a wizard and a bribe. That's probably going to be the way I play this next match. They are my next opponent. And so, Abhuri Orangana, they are the human team that had a bye, and is learning to bash team. And what did the bye give them? Let's have a look.
Talismans are us.
It gave them a Blitzer level up, and it gave them a Catcher level up, so that's a good bye week. Blitzer and a Catcher. Okay, so the Blitzer that leveled up was this one, I believe. Yes, he's been given Guard, so we've got 2 Guards and Mighty Blow. That's fair. When I'm building Blitzers, I usually build it in the same way, 2 Mighty Blow, 2 Guard, though I usually take the Mighty Blow pieces first, but that's fine. It's good to have a range, actually. And the Catcher, where's our Catcher? It was the one with this face, yes, so he's been given Block after he's had Guard as well. I'm not sure about guard on the catcher. You guys can discuss that, but I'm not so sure about that. And that's all for this team, because they only had a bye. And Hylo's Bad Bitches also had a bye. Let's have a look how they did first. Of course they want to know, but I mean, let's have a look how they did in terms of levels. A Blitzer got a level, it looks like, so let's have a look. I didn't really pay attention to which Blitzer it was, though. It was one of these two. They both have the same face, fantastic. Well, they both have the same design anyway. Block, dodge. Is there another Blitzer? No. So, yeah, one of these two has been given dodge that didn't have dodge before, so there's more dodge in this team now. There's now 5 pieces with dodge. I'm glad I'm facing this team quite late, because I have a chance to pick up tackle before I finally get to them. Alright, having a look at the schedule for this week then, let's have a look. We've already had Nordic Nublitz and Black and Wrecker, so Nordic Nublitz actually got my revenge on Black and Wrecker, so thank you, I appreciate it. The Orcs have a bye against the other Orc team. The two Lizards are having a mirror, that's going to be an interesting one. I may actually watch that one if I can. Guys, let me know when this one's being played, I'd like to watch you have a go at that. The humans are going to face the Nurgle, which is going to be a tough game for the humans, I think, more than the Nurgle. And the High Elves have Undead, which is always an interesting matchup. But a lot of people always say that High Elves have a good chance against Undead, but I don't know, I think that Undead can cause a lot of damage if you let them. But with limited tackle, yeah, Undead are going to struggle, I think, a little bit in that match as well, I kind of agree. The Chaos, the big team, have the bye, so let's hope they don't get too lucky with the MVP, because that's going to hurt. And we have the Rats. The game is scheduled for Sunday. I do have a busy weekend, and I'm going to be back quite late on Sunday, but assuming that I get back on time, we are actually going to be playing the game on Sunday. It will be live, probably, and it will definitely go on YouTube afterwards, either way, as a replay. And I wish luck to my opponent, whose name is Fatin. So I do wish luck to you, even before the game starts. It's going to be fun, and I'm glad I'm facing you now, to be honest. And I just want to have a quick look where my first bye is, because obviously my team is way behind the rest of them. My first bye is week 4. I have the Nurgle before that. Nurgle's not so bad though. Maybe I can actually run around the Nurgle a little bit and hopefully not get punched too hard. Basically avoid fights where possible. Anyway, Sunday, I'll have a look at the team, I'll do a breakdown before the game, I'll have a look and we'll play the game, see how it goes. Hopefully I can at least get a draw out of it, but it's quite obvious this coach is a completely competent coach, so I don't feel too confident, but without his bench I have a chance, so I'm going to try and take that chance. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a blast. It's been nice to look at the teams again, and I look forward to facing you all soon. Take care, may Nuffle smile on you, and may we all be tickled by the gods' tentacles. Bye-bye.